In this video, I want to look at parallelograms. Let's start by defining a parallelogram. For a parallelogram, we do need it to be a two-dimensional closed shape made up of 4 line segments. In addition, pairs of opposite segments are parallel. As an example, this is a parallelogram. We can see that these opposite sides are parallel as well as the top and bottom. However, this would not be a parallelogram. We can see that while the top and the bottom are parallel, the left and right are not. So this is not a parallelogram. And I want to look at how to find the area of these parallelograms. It's actually not possible to determine the area of the parallelogram from the lengths of its sides alone, unlike a rectangle. However, as with triangles, there is a formula for the area of a parallelogram in terms of its base and height. So let's start by defining the base and height. As with triangles, the base of a parallelogram can be any of its 4 sides. In this case, we'll choose this side here, represented by B. Once the base has been chosen, the height of the parallelogram is the line segment that is perpendicular to the base and connects the base or an extension to the vertex of the parallelogram that's not on the base. So this side here, that would be perpendicular, or we might need to extend out and draw this one down. Both of these would be considered the height. And there is a very simple formula for the area of a parallelogram. Base times height. Provided, of course, that the base and height are described in terms of the same units, just like with a triangle. Let's look at why this formula works. Well, the idea is I'm going to draw my height here, and I'm going to take this triangle and just slide it over to this side. When I do that, I get a rectangle that is still side base times height. So up here, this whole side is B. I didn't actually change the length. I took this part and shifted it over here, but it didn't change the length or the height. So we can see that it is just a rectangle. We have the big piece here, and then we just shifted the small piece over to the other side. However, this method is provided that we pick our H to be actually on the base and not an extension of the base. So let's look at that case. So let's consider this parallelogram, and I went ahead and drew this extra piece that tells us what our height is. Well, what I would want to do here is just go ahead and finish out the rectangle. When we do that, we have these extra pieces. We'll call them a length of A. So my parallelogram is going to be the area of the entire rectangle, which has a length of A plus B and a height of H, minus these 2 pieces that are not shaded. Each of them is a triangle, so 1/2 AH. Since there are 2 of them, that just gives me an minus AH. Distributing, I have AH plus BH minus AH. And we can see these cancel to give us that the area is just base times height.